unapologetically love 90s sci-fi flops, the ones everyone hated. Critics mocked them, audiences bailed, studios gave up, but they were bold, weird, and bursting with ambition. Not guilty pleasures, just misunderstood gems that dared to dream big and crash even bigger. And I'm still obsessed. Let's start with Dark City. This one still haunts me. It's the kind of movie where you're 10 minutes in and already questioning your own memory. A guy wakes up in a bathtub with no idea who he is, and before he can figure it out, he realizes the city he's in never sees daylight. Just night. Always night. It's like living in a dream where the sky forgot how to turn blue. Buildings shift when you're not looking. Time doesn't work right. And then there are the strangers. Tall, pale, bald, and dressed like they raided a funeral home's lost and found box. They float around in long black trench coats, looking like Nosferatu joined a goth cult. Their whole vibe screams budget villains from a dream you can't wake up from. But somehow, it works. They control the city, twisting buildings, erasing memories, and treating human lives like an Etch-a-Sketch. Oh, and in case you're thinking this is some Matrix knockoff, nope, Dark City beat the Matrix to theaters by over a year. So yeah, there's a chance that Neo might have borrowed a little style. Here's a twist though, the whole city is fake. It's an experiment run by these memory-hacking weirdos trying to figure out what makes humans tick. They rearrange people's lives like a jigsaw puzzle. One day you're a bachelor, the next you're a dad with a mortgage. And somehow, it all works. It's moody, brainy, and gorgeous. Roger Ebert went so hard for this movie that he recorded a whole commentary track just to explain why it rules. The rest of the world? Not so much. Nobody knew how to sell it, so they slapped a generic thriller trailer on it and tossed it in theaters like a late night infomercial. But if you watch it now, really watch it, you'll see the craft, the questions, the vibes. It's a masterpiece wearing a trench coat. And then there's Starship Troopers. Man, people missed the point so hard. They thought it was just space marines blasting bugs, which, okay it is, but also very much not. Paul Verhoeven basically crafted a giant satire and wrapped it in a cheesy sci-fi action show. It's propaganda on steroids, pretty actors sprouting wooden lines, gore-filled battles edited like military recruitment ads, and a future where fascism is just the vibe. It's a warning disguised as a B-movie. If you're in the movies that say more than they scream, hit like and subscribe. Consider it your enlistment into deeper thinking without the brainwash. But in 1997, we were too busy being edgy or distracted by the alien guts to realize what it was doing. Critics laughed it off. Theaters echoed with crickets. Meanwhile, Verhoeven's in the corner yelling, "You're literally watching a movie about how easy it is to get people to cheer for war crimes." Fast forward a few decades, and now people get it. Now it's studied, dissected, memed. And yeah, it's still hilarious and gross, and loud, but also smart. Like, scary smart. One movie that hits just as hard now, maybe even harder, is Strange Days. Catherine Bigelow directed it, James Cameron helped write it, and somehow it flopped so hard it left a crater. It's cyberpunk, sure, but not the flashy neon kind. This is dirty, late-night, end-of-the-world energy. The tech is this black market headset that lets you experience other people's memories, like VR with no filters. But it's not just for fun, it becomes a drug, a dangerous one. People get addicted to feeling again, even if it's not real. Some use it for escape, some to exploit. Set right at the end of 1999 with society on the brink, this movie deals with police violence, racism, surveillance, all wrapped in a paranoid thriller. Sound familiar? Yeah, it's basically a premonition. Ralph Fiennes plays Lenny, a sleazy ex-cop slinging memories for cash. You want to hate him. He's pathetic and messy, but there's something broken and desperate in his hustle that feels too real. But it's Angela Bassett who owns this movie. She plays Mace, a bodyguard with no time for Lenny's nonsense, no patience for injustice, and fists that speak fluent justice. It didn't play nice, it didn't pander, it just threw you into the fire and dared you to blink. And people weren't ready. But now, it hits like a prophecy. Then there's Johnny Mnemonic, which, let's be honest, is pure 90s sci-fi chaos, with Keanu at the center looking like he just stepped off a cyberpunk runway. This was before The Matrix, before trenchcoats became a lifestyle, and here he is, lugging 80 gigs of stolen corporate data in his brain, which back then was apparently enough to crash your whole nervous system. He's even being chased by assassins, yakuza, and yes, a dolphin with hacking powers. I'm not even making that up. This movie is bonkers. You got Ice-T leading an underground resistance, a cybernetic street preacher who kills in the name of the Lord, and Keanu just trying to get that data out of his head before his skull melts. Is it a mess? Oh yeah. Is it trying way too hard to be edgy? Definitely. But it's bold, weird, and full of raw cyberpunk energy. It flopped hard, but it tried something, and that matters. Now let's talk about Waterworld for a second. Yeah, that Waterworld. The punchline of every Hollywood budget joke for a decade. But hear me out, this movie goes for it. The whole earth is flooded, land is a myth, and Kevin Costner has gills. Like literal behind the ears fish gills. He's a grumpy boat loner who drinks his own filtered pee and doesn't like people. But he ends up with a kid, a woman, and half the ocean on his tail. And the world building? It's low-key impressive. Floating cities made from scrap, jet ski pirates doing Mad Max stunts on water, and Dennis Hopper giving big villain energy with one eye and zero chill. It's dumb, it's fun, and it knows exactly what kind of movie it is. Critics hated it, audiences were confused, but somehow it stuck around. Universal even built a Waterworld stunt show. The movie had a theme park legacy. I mean, tell me that's not staying power. And then there's The Fifth Element, a movie so loud, so colorful, so gloriously weird that it might be the most 90s sci-fi movie ever made. Luc Besson just said, what if we made a movie that looks like a space fashion show mixed with a Looney Tunes episode, but it's also about love saving the universe? And he did exactly that. Bruce Willis plays his usual tired dude with a gun character, but throw in Mila Jovovich as the supreme being, Chris Tucker screaming in leopard print, and a blue alien opera singer that slaps, and you got something truly unhinged, in the best way. When it came out, American audiences didn't quite know what to do with it. Too weird, too European, too much. But now, it's a cult classic. Every frame is a vibe, every outfit is Halloween worthy, and somehow, under all that chaos, there's heart. Now if you want a sci-fi movie that actually scared people, but still tanked at the box office, Event Horizon is your jam. Imagine Alien, but mixed with Hellraiser. A spaceship disappears, then reappears with no crew, just bloodstains and bad energy. The rescue team shows up like, let's figure this out, and the ship basically says, you shouldn't have come. It's terrifying. There's body horror, haunted hallucinations, and this constant feeling that the ship itself is watching you. The production was a mess. The studio rushed it out and the version we got was choppy and chaotic. But even in its messy form, the atmosphere is unbeatable. It's horror in space with zero handholding. And if you've seen it, you remember that scene. The one with the log footage. Yeah, nightmare fuel. And finally, the Iron Giant. I know, it's animated, but it's sci-fi. And it flopped. Which is criminal because this movie is a masterpiece. It's about a lonely kid, Hogarth, who finds a giant alien robot in the woods. They become friends, they hide from the government, and slowly the robot learns what it means to be human. It's funny, sweet, and has no right hitting you as hard as it does. The moment, that moment, when the Iron Giant says, I am not a gun, that's Pixar level emotional damage before Pixar even tried it. But Warner Bros. Didn't market it. Barely anyone saw it in theaters, then it quietly blew up later thanks to DVD, TV, and the internet. Now, everyone loves it, and they should. It's a story about fear, sacrifice, and choosing who you want to be, even when the world sees you as a weapon. If that doesn't move you, then I don't know what will. So yeah, these movies, they weren't perfect. Some were messy, some were too weird, too early, or just too much, but they swung big. They had guts, and in a time where everything feels focus grouped and safe, I'd take a bold flop over a boring hit any day. If any of these hits hit you in the feels or just made you think, wait, that movie's actually kinda dope, you're not alone. These films didn't fail, they just needed time, and sometimes the world has to catch up. Which 90s sci-fi flop do you secretly love? Drop it in the comments, and if this video brought back memories, like and share it around. And if you think that this was wild, wait until you see the most banned 80s action B movies. Pure carnage. And of course, subscribe for more.